All right, ladies, let me tell you something. Your boy, old Uncle Matty, set a record this year. Got some news for you. So, just celebrated what we'll be talking about today. That's the Easter holiday. And your boy, old Uncle Matty, officially hosted every major holiday at my house this calendar year, Daddy.
Oh, God.
Oh, baby. I'm talking Thanksgiving. I'm talking
Well, that's
the
not
holiday.
just the calendar year, then.
Yeah,
That's the
you
whole
did
year,
last
right?
year and this year.
You know, I guess we'll call it the holiday year.
The holiday
but,
run.
Yeah, I did every major holiday. I did Thanksgiving. Technically I did Halloween too. I did Thanksgiving. I did Christmas. I did Christmas Day, and I also did the Christmas party. Then I did New Year's. Then Easter. Not to mention 2 banger of birthdays for my kids. So your boy's been hosting.
So the birthday's cool. The birthday's cool, but fuck all that on the rest, dude.
Poof.
Fuck that. No thanks.
Yeah, we had Elsa show up for my daughter's birthday this year. No big deal, just
which
Elsa.
Is cool for like birthday parties. Yeah, that's at your house. But the idea of having all those people come through, dude, that's no. That's a no from me. That's a hard no. I'm not doing it.
I'll tell you, it's the last time we'll do it. tell you that, and not even up to me. I'm riding shotgun.
I'd be like, we can do every other or something, but every single one that probably sucked in like Thanksgiving, then having to do Christmas and
that's rough. Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's,
Christmas,
because it's like your house is just like your nonstop, like just you're.
You did New Year's too?
Yeah.
Fuck that, dude. No
Maddie,
way.
What are we talking? Are we talking your fam and the wife's fam? We talking the whole kit and caboodle?
I mean, like, so sometimes it's just mine and sometimes it's both. But I would say a majority of the time it's mostly mine because like my family's bigger than hers anyway.
If it's more than like 3 people, fuck that.
Yeah. It's usually around 20.
Oh 20? My god! Oh my god, dude! No.
I was gonna ask, like,
you got
what's the
kids,
biggest? Like, what's the biggest?
You got relatives. 20? Yeah, that's the max. 20's the max. That's like
a lot,
as
dude.
big as
that's
it gets.
A lot.
Ain't no way,
dude.
Holmes.
Yeah. No, it's fun. It's great. I mean, and it's just.
I'm sure it's. Good.
It's just. I guess the only one we don't do is 4th of July, but that's like That's like a barbecue holiday. You know what I mean? I don't think
that's
the
easiest one. That's the easiest one. That's burgers and dogs on the grill.
People outside and stuff, and
also like I think we're always down the shore or something. Like there's always something going on. There's always like a thing.
Yeah, because not everybody comes to 4th of July. You know what I mean? You usually get a mixed bag for 4th of July because people are always doing different stuff.
Or you get you get the pop in. You get like the hour pop in. Like, hey, we're swinging by here, and then we're going here.
Yeah.
You got to get home because we're walking to the firework place by our spot. So like, it's 4th of July is not the full commitment. It's like you get pop-ins. You get pop-ins throughout the day, but you're not hosting the ententire 4-hour event.
Hey, I'd love to stay, but I plan on getting blackout drunk and blowing part of my hand off later over at the house.
Yeah. Part of me always did want to be that uncle that, got way too many fireworks and was not responsible enough, but I never.
I just get the box ones. I just get the box ones they have at Walmart, and the kids fucking love those. Yeah. And nobody's getting. So even if one tipped over and shot at you, you might get a few sparks and everything, but nobody's going to the ER. You know what I mean? That's good enough for me.
Did you ever? I mean, I don't know how many times I had an uncle put a fucking bottle rocket in an empty beer bottle, and it's just like, that's not made for that.
I mean,
those
aren't that bad. Those aren't that bad either. But it's the guys that have like, did you ever see it? It looks like a cartoon bomb. It's like a ball, and they drop it in the tube, and it's like a mortar that shoots out. I'm like, dude, you're fucking out of your mind because you light that thing and like a spark flies off and like hits it or something, and you're holding it in your hand. Like you're going to the hospital.
Big time.
My buddy's dad used to do the full display. And then we would go down and raid, and we would legit have like M80s and quarter sticks of dynamite that we would just take out into the woods and play with at like 12, 13 years old. Like, I mean, that we all have our digits somehow, but like really just irresponsible. The shooting bottle rockets at each other with the wiffle ball bats, because that little hole at the end of the wiffle ball bat was always a big one. You could put the bottle rocket in there and point it directly at someone. It's amazing. We all have our eyes and fingers.
How about it? Well, fellas, speaking of amazing, welcome to the Working Perspectives Podcast presents For Dads by Dads. I'm Matt Lavelle, he's Bern Podcasy, and that handsome bastard is Liam Reese. Today, we're talking about the holiday that turns grown men into detectives and amateur candy scouts. That's right, Easter, baby. Now, for me, Easter is a team sport. My wife and I usually run in a zone defense to keep the kids from eating chocolate for breakfast. But, as we know on this show, dad life doesn't look the same for everyone. Banditi Padalini Bern Podcasy over here is navigating the logistics of a two-house holiday, and Liam, the hero, the Iron Man, is flying solo, making magic happen all on his own. We're going to dive into the chaos of the egg hunts, the sugar crashes, and how our different situations changes the way we handle the dreaded bunny. Whether you're married, co-parenting, or doing it all yourself, grab a coffee or a handful of those leftover jelly beans, and let's get into it. All right, so first topic of discussion, the build-up and the bunny. We're talking logistics, daddy. So for me, like I said, joint operation. Right? So, it's the division of labor, right? My wife buys the eggs, fills them up, I disperse them. You know what I mean? We're cleaning the house, getting it ready, we're putting up some decorations, we're setting up Easter baskets, right? So maybe one parent does a little more than the other, but when it comes time to the party, it's your boy running the show. So, Branditi Padalini, talk to me because you had the kids, right? You had the kids for Easter this year, so what's the X factor here? How did you coordinate with your former spouse so they didn't buy the same exact chocolate bunny or whatever have you, and what's the stress of your holiday schedule like? Go ahead.
We didn't coordinate candy at all.
Smart.
But it ended up being a long weekend, so like I take them on all the long weekends. Usually they would go to my ex's grandparents' house, and that was always a nice day too. They have a big backyard. There'd be an Easter egg hunt. You get over there around 12:30. That's an appropriate time for candy. Well, we were just at my mom's this year, and it was just me and my mom, my brother, and my kids, which means the eggs had to be hidden the night before, which meant that at 7:30 in the morning they were on top of me being like, let's go find those eggs. So that was my first problem. I noticed we used to be able to push the Easter egg hunt off until like lunchtime, like an appropriate time to be pounding your mouth with jelly beans. Right. This was like all of a sudden 8:00 in the morning. They found all their eggs.
Hadn't even brushed their teeth yet.
Not even
they're whacking down some peeps,
and they're hammering jelly beans. So I had to let them indulge a little bit, and then pull it away. And be like, we can't do this all day, guys. You know what I mean? I will be dispersing throughout the day, but you got to give them a little taste,
Sure. Did you set up like a basket for what's your deal? Like, what's your move?
They each had Easter baskets, and I had those baskets done a week ago. They were up in the attic. They were already made.
I'm sure your mom kind of digs that kind of stuff too.
Loves it.
Loves getting back into it.
Yeah, my daughter got a little stuffed bunny. My son got a pair of American flag soccer socks. You know what I mean? Didn't go crazy on the candy. They all got a couple of things. They got some chocolate coins. They got some jelly beans. They each got one piece of chocolate. like a decent piece of chocolate, and then I think my son got lemon heads and Swedish Fish. My daughter got Swedish Fish and Skittles. You know, you tailor it to their own likings. But it was not having that buffer to be like, hey, the Easter egg, because they like the hunt. The hunt is the best part about
it. The hunt's the deal. The hunt's the deal.
But we had to do the hunt had to be totally inside because I couldn't put stuff outside the night before. So my animals are going to eat this stuff, and I'm not going to have any buffer in the morning. I'm going to be the only one up with them. So like it had to be done. It had to be done. Right. So it was an inside hunt this year, but it went fine. Sure. You know, they were stoked about it.
Yeah. What about you, LaSchmigs? Talk to me, Daddy. You know, you're doing the single, you know, the parenting thing here. Do you do like a 10 p.m. Target run, you know, of being the solo guy here? And did you forget green grass? And how did you manage egg dying? Like, what are we doing?
I had everything. I usually do have everything.
See,
but I have always done it like I always had 2 baskets, one from the Easter Bunny and one for me. And I'd always make my basket better too. Just like Christmas, I'd always make my presents better than Santa Claus and everything.
Yeah.
But and then I hide both of them. You know what I mean? But now she's old enough that she doesn't believe in Easter Bunny. So now it's like kind of fun. Now it's like this challenge where she's like, all right, make it really hard. Like make the like hide it somewhere hard. So it's like tougher and everything. And that was kind of fun, you know?
That is fun. Nice. Yeah,
it's like a
that's
challenge.
Cool.
And
what did she get? What did she want for like makeup or something? Like what does she want?
Yeah, I got her like this hair set. This like set of like she wanted these special brushes that are like for doing your hair because she's big into like doing her own braids and hairstyles.
Well, she needs that for cheer, right?
And curls and stuff. Yeah, so she's into doing all that stuff now.
Does she do that like when she has her friends sleep over and stuff? Is that the kind of stuff they're doing? They're doing hair and
yeah,
talking.
Sometimes they do. Yeah, they do each other's makeup and stuff, and yeah, they do that.
That's fun. Yeah, that's cool.
But this year was close. I want to start by saying, Bezos, you can go fuck yourself. All right, because I ordered this like kit from Amazon, and it got delayed. And then it wasn't. It was supposed to come on Thursday. Then it got delayed till Saturday. Then as Saturday's going on and everything, we're getting close. It's like 8:00 and it's still not there.
Oof.
So and it gives you like the option of canceling the order. And I was thinking about it earlier in the day. I'm like, I'm about to cancel this fucker and just go buy something else. Well, it gets to like 8:00, 8:30, and I'm like, these motherfuckers. They change the time to, okay, now it's coming on Sunday, but then they remove that you can cancel the order.
Oh.
So they would let me cancel it up until Saturday later, and then after that point, no, you can't cancel it anymore. But fuck them. I'm still, they're still paying me back for it. You know what I mean? Fuck that. I'll bring it back to Whole Foods because now you guys fucked me over. I'm not paying for it. You know?
Man. So did it get delivered in time?
Nope. But so I run out and I'm like, all right, dude, what? Like now here we go. Like where am I getting this stuff? And I'm like, okay, this is closed. It's late. Like, this is, probably, because I'm thinking in my mind, I'm like, CVS is going to be ran through. Walmart's going to be ran through and everything.
Totally.
Like, how am I going to hook this up? Now, I did have some stuff. Like, I had, like, Peeps and the grass and, like, like a chocolate bunny and whatnot. Yeah. Like, I had some stuff.
You just needed the big pieces.
I was like, how are we going to do something cool that's like still Easter, dude? I think like at the Aussie Mart, the Asian supermarket, she loves all those like Korean and like the overseas. Have you ever seen the candy sets where you can like make your own gummies and make your own chocolates? It's got like these molds where you can make your own stuff. Like one is like a set of cakes. One is like burgers. Another one, you make these like chocolate mushrooms and everything. And so I was like, dude, she loves these. I'll buy a bunch of these. So I buy a bunch of the Asian candy, all in the pink and purple and yellow boxes and everything, so it matches Easter, and it killed, dude. It went over better than if I brought the regular Easter candy.
Yeah. What is Korean for bunny? Because you should say thank you to whatever the Korean bunny is out there.
Yeah, whatever the Korean Easter bunny is.
There. Man.
Yeah,
that's
dude,
awesome.
it ended up being great.
Nice. Dude, love that. All right, so good shit. So let's keep it moving then. Next thing I want to talk about is the main event. All right. The main event, we all know it's the hunt, Daddy. Right? Mm-hmm. So I'm at the age, so the oldest person in my hunt was my niece is 11. So I had to do it for my daughter, my son. I have 2 nieces and then 2 nephews. So there was 6. To be fair, my daughter did 3 Easter egg hunts this year. We went traveling last week, and while we were traveling, we were hanging out with cousins up there. They're like, hey, let's just do a little Easter egg hunt here for the kids because we're not going to see them for Easter. Done. Did a quick little one, had some money, had some gummy candy, you know what I mean? The egg with $1 in it, these kids are going ape shit. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously they don't know what cold hard cash is. And then Saturday went to my aunt's house. They had another Easter egg hunt there for some kids, grab a couple. There's a couple golden eggs floating around, no big deal. Then the big show was at old Uncle Matty's house where we had probably had like, I would say 160 eggs. Maybe 170.
Jesus.
So
indoor or outdoor?
Had to do outdoor. Honestly, we waited for a break in the rain and then put them out there and we said everyone grab an umbrella and like soon as we placed them and then we sent them out and said go have at them. You know what I mean? Even my son got in on the action, But the way we do is you go by age, right? So it's youngest, and then every 10 seconds you send someone else. So at least you have like a couple seconds of like, all right, I can grab some without being swarmed by the older kids. You know what I mean? So it's like youngest goes, second, you know what I mean? Yada, yada, yada. So they got some time grabbing eggs. And then we had 2 golden eggs, which had some sweet cash in it. But yeah, so we did our Easter egg hunt. It's the deal. It's the whole deal. Also, since we were hosting, we went with Easter brunch. We did a brunch.
Mm-hmm. Smart.
Not a bad move. I mean, it's our 100th time hosting this year, so it was like, let's get them out early. We'll do brunch. Yep. Tell them to beat it by 2:00. Call it a day. So did our hunt. That was our thing. Venditti, you talked about your hunt a little bit, but LeSchmigs, I want to talk to you. What are you doing? Are you doing a hunt? Like, what are you doing?
So I did do one thing because I just had the 2 kids, and this was my stroke of genius, is that I color coded the eggs. So my daughter's eggs were pink, purple, and yellow. My son's eggs were blue, green, and orange. And so that way I could hide them based on degree of difficulty. So like my daughter's eggs were not as tricky, where my son's eggs were like way... Like he was opening up, like there was like opening up drawers, and there was a box in a drawer, and like he had to like really hunt for it.
I like that. Hey, I like that. That's a good move. That's a good.
And then they're not fighting over them. They're not fighting because my son got one more egg than my daughter.
But it's whatever. He got his color, she got hers, so it is what it is. Yeah,
and they helped each other too. Like if my daughter saw one of his, she'd be like, "You got to get over it." You know what I mean? So it got them working together a little bit too, but they weren't competing for the same thing. So that worked out well. We'll stick with that.
Otherwise, they're knocking each other over to grab.
Busting.
Melee.
There's tears minutes into it. Otherwise.
Oh yeah, easily. So nice, smart move. LeSchmigs, hit me, baby. What'd you do for your hunt, Daddy?
So unfortunately, like this year or prior years, we usually go to cousins' grandparents. We're like close with them, and they do a hunt, and they got like a basketball net and like hockey rink out back and stuff. Ooh. And like, or we'll play like wiffle ball. We did one year, but it just, I mean, he's having health problems and stuff, so everybody was kind of bummed, and we just kind of skipped it this year because you know, I don't know, it just didn't feel right because that's like their thing and everything, you know what I mean? And if we tried to, I don't know. It was kind of a tough one this year because of that.
Oh, that's a bummer. I would have had you. You should have told me. I would have had you for my hunt. She could have been in on my hunt.
Yeah, it's all right. I mean, I was kind of bummed too because he's out. You know what I mean? He's struggling and having health issues.
Yeah, you don't want to see anyone with some health issues.
Yeah, and the outlook is kind of grim, and you know what I mean. Yeah. That was kind of a tough one.
So then, okay. So we talked about this a little bit too. Let's get into the sugar high, right? Like Venditti Padolini, you went early, right? So you got these kids, you're trying them to at least brush their teeth before they're whacking down, you know, all this stuff. You know what I mean? But like for me, you know, we did our Easter egg hunt like around noonish, you know what I mean? So it's like, all right, what are we gonna do here? +2 now, dude. Here's something that they don't tell you. One, the jelly bean game. The jelly bean game has never been better. Jelly beans have never been in a hotter spot. They've never been in a stronger position. They're starting to make them like they're not just Easter now. They're bringing around multiple times a year. Just like, hey, grab a couple. Starburst legit changed the game.
Yeah,
when it came to jelly beans.
They did.
But now you got your sweet tart jelly beans. You got your Jolly Rancher jelly beans. Like
I went Jolly Rancher. We went Jolly Rancher jelly beans. They
good time.
Huge hit.
I can imagine. Jolly Rancher, anything's a huge hit. But yeah, these jelly beans never been hotter, never been better. Then you got your collabs and stuff. But I'll tell you this, and I'll stand by this. Peeps are disgusting. They always have been. Yeah, they always will be. Peeps. They're a gross, disgusting candy, and you shouldn't be eating them. Burn your thoughts.
The only cool thing to do with a peep is to like run over it with your bike tire. You know what I mean? Like that's what peeps
or
are there
put it in the microwave and it gets really big. You know what I mean?
Yeah. A peep is meant to be experimented on and destroyed.
Makes a great torpedo.
In an interesting way. They're not meant to be consumed. They're meant to be played with as toys.
Oh, I mean, like the chemical makeup of a peep, it just has to destroy your insides.
I don't even want to know.
Yeah.
Like what? Yeah. If you ate, we're probably still digesting the one that we ate when we were 7 and hated it then and hate it now. Peeps are awful. They're gross. I mean, I don't know about you guys. I'm not a big fan of just like a chocolate hunk, you know, like a big old piece of chocolate bunny. I mean, I'm not into it. You know what I mean? Like I got to have some peanut butter in there, maybe some.
They make better ones now, though. They make that, though. Like you can get a bunny that's like, you know what I mean? It's like chocolate and caramel, or you can get one that's like it's got like Heath Bar stuff in it, or it's got M&Ms. They make better bunnies now, dude.
Oh, all right. Well, maybe I need to up my bunny game.
Shout out to there's a local chocolate company. Well, it's local in Pennsylvania. Gertrude Hawk. They have a bunch of stores up by me, and they make these little things called smidgens. Right, they're like little tiny bunnies. And when I was a kid, there was either it was like a milk chocolate bunny or like a peanut butter filled bunny. Right, so peanut butter smidgens with the jam. I went into their store this year. They have peanut butter, they have caramel, they have raspberry, they have cookies and cream. Everything they make in milk chocolate, they have in dark chocolate. They got pretzel bunnies, they got whatever. So like, I always try to support. You got to get some Skittles and some Swedish Fish, some stuff they like. But if I'm getting chocolate, I'll get it from like the local joint and
get the goods.
Get treat the goods.
Yourself.
Not a ton of it, but like good stuff. Like my son got a little chocolate cross, my daughter got a little chocolate unicorn. That's the only piece of like hunk chocolate they got, because you can't eat all that in one sitting either.
No,
whatever that butter crack egg is, that's fucking banging too.
That is a butter crack.
Zitmers, I guess, makes it. It's called like a butter crack egg or something. Like, it's so fucking good.
It's the butter cream egg, just ball it.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm a big fan of the, what is it? The Buenos are great, right? But even Cadbury, like a Cadbury, love a Cadbury.
The minis are better.
Because it's one shot.
Yeah, because sometimes a full one, it gets to be like a little bit too much. Like you're running for a glass of water and you're not even done yet. You know what I mean? The mini one, it gives you like the taste of everything and it's not too much.
I I was never a big Cadbury fan, but I would be way more interested in the mini version because, like I said, it was too much for me. It was too rich. It was too much. It was sloppy. Like, but I would go back to the Cadbury well and try a mini.
Yeah,
I'd give that a whirl.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, no. But I mean, the candy game now, it's never been hotter. You know it's big now too? Like this year we got a lot of those. They had I saw this a lot, I would say, is like it's like the SpongeBob Krabby Patty gummies were huge.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like little gimmicks like that. Kids are all I mean, kids are just so lucky with everything. But yeah, candy is off the charts this year. But let's keep going. So I want to talk about this. This is something that I think people kind of sleep on this, that I want to talk about it more, and I think it's kind of like a tradition. So turkey is Thanksgiving, right? Christmas, God knows what, everyone does something. But I think Easter's the ham.
Easter is definitely the ham. Hell yeah.
Easter's the ham. Am I right?
It definitely
maybe
is.
Some ham. Maybe we were talking a type of potato. Maybe a scalloped potato.
Yeah.
Maybe a baked sweetie. Maybe a just masher. Maybe, and then you got your sides. You know what I mean? Like, but I'm telling you, Easter is the ham. Do we agree?
It definitely is, without a doubt.
100. That's what we made.
Yeah,
I got a big old ham, like a half a ham, like a 9-pound bone-in ham, right?
Yeah.
You score. So what I did, I scored it up, right?
Honey baked boy. Yeah.
So I put cloves in it. You throw some cloves in there, right?
Sure,
you cook it. You put some apple juice in the bottom of the pan.
Ooh,
rub it down.
Nice
little Dijon, little brown sugar.
A little vinegar, yeah.
And then here's the kicker, right? You get dried apricots. You put them in a pan. You put a cup of Madeira wine in there. You boil it. And you top that bad boy off. You got a little sweet and salty delight.
Yeah.
Made some potatoes, made a little asparagus. Here's the problem, though. The only problem with my Easter dinner was that I was cooking it and it was raining outside. So I had 2 kids who were sneaking candy all day. I mean, they're sneaking candy all day long.
They're hopped up.
None of the neighborhood kids are around because they're all doing stuff with their family for Easter. And it was raining outside. So it did get around 4:00. It got a little dicey. I was like, I'm trying to make this ham and these potatoes, and they're pounding sugar all day long. They're looking to rip each other's eyeballs out.
When they get older, though, I'll tell you, it does get better because then they start to get like smart with it. Like mine won't crush it all that morning because she's trying to like have it.
Make it last.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She wants to because now she's like rich with it. You know what I mean? So she doesn't want to spoil all her riches of candy. You know what I mean?
Right, she wants to go to
that. Yeah, she wants to go to that drawer. Not even you're going to grab a candy, but you open it and you're like, oh fuck yeah, I got all that. You know?
Yeah, look at that stash right there.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm loaded right now. Come on, look at these gobstoppers, huh? What we doing here?
Maddie, how did the brunch affect the ham output? What'd you guys do?
See, that's the one thing I'll tell you. We had pork product, you know what I mean? Obviously, you got your bacon, you got your sausage. We still had scalloped potatoes for the breakfast potato. We had waffles. We had an omelet station. You know, we had nice little yummy array of the Danish and the morning kind of cake things, but I didn't get ham.
You didn't get that big fatty ham.
Because we're doing brunch. There's no ham at brunch.
Whoa. Brunch
no
is
ham
half lunch. You can throw a ham in there, bro.
I mean, I'll tell you, I missed it, and next year I think we're gonna do it. You know, it was a nice touch that we did this year, and I mean, I hate it that she got to do it, but I don't know, maybe because it's my sister, but my sister made homemade sourdough. She's been sourdoughing,
Okay.
Been on that sourdough thing, and she brought up a loaf of sourdough. Let me tell you.
Legit.
Woo! I mean, she could sour up some dough. Tell you that. She'll fucking annoy the shit out of you with her political views, but she'll sour up some dough, baby. Let me tell you.
If she's got real bread, I'm in. I'll tell you something.
It was...
After having like the small batch breads and like the real stuff from the bakeries and stuff, I'm not buying that sliced bullshit anymore, dude. We
you're
don't
not a
we
Wonder
don't
Bread man anymore.
fuck no, we don't have that in our house ever anymore. Not even the potato bread. Like I know that was big and everybody liked it, but dude, I will not have that shit anymore, dude. Once you have good bread and slice good bread and make a sandwich with it and stuff, you'll never fucking have any of that other stuff again.
I mean, like, I know for me, I walk by the bread aisle at the grocery store and go, why would you? You know? Like, what are we doing here?
Who is that? Who is all that for? Yeah, exactly. Grow up is right.
Grow up. Yeah. What? Go, Liam.
It's progressed. You know what I mean? Like we've evolved from that. So if you're stopping at that aisle, then you are stuck in the past. Okay. Right. Because we have real shit now, and that's what you need to. That's what you need to buy.
You know who has a good bread? Did you ever do Wegmans? I think it's called they call it like pan Italian, Italian, whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah, that is good bread.
That's a good loaf, Daddy. It is. That's a good old loaf right there for Daddy.
Aldi has one too now. Aldi has the small batch Italian, like the I think it's like 4 ingredients or something. That bread fucking great.
Aldi sleeper, great store. Great store, Aldi. So nice. All right, good. Let's keep it moving then. So I want to talk about this. Any mix-ups, any fails, did you forgetting where to hide the golden egg and you found it 3 months later under the sofa, or you know what I mean? You're mixing up, that led to tense parking lot exchange, or you're trying to hide, you got soggy eggs because you hit them in the rain. What do you got? Anybody got a dad fail, we'll call it, this year or any year?
I thought I did a fair job of like mitigating their candy intake during the day.
Sure. It's an impossible task.
Until I busted the vacuum cleaner out today and just behind this one radiator downstairs, there must have been 40 jelly beans. Like I had them, that we took them out of the eggs, we bagged them up, but they weren't safe. They were eating shit. They consumed so much more than I. And I was like half eyeing them, like I could tell they were sneaking some stuff, but I thought I had a pretty good idea. And I'm like, it's Easter, you know what I mean? Whatever.
Yeah.
But no, took me for a ride. They were eating candy in places that I never saw them with candy. That candy shouldn't have been. Like I understand why they were my eye was not on the prize as much as it could have been, because they were definitely sneaking way more candy than I thought they were.
I found a nice big, hunk of chocolate in my couch, like rubbed into the fucking seat of my couch, which I was not fucking happy about. And I think it was an adult that did it too. So, I think it was a fucking dipshit adult. And I was like, you fucking bum. God damn it. It's my goddamn couch that I bought from Costco. But yeah, Schmigs, any fails from you? I will say this. I went, found this out, fellas. So I pay for the upgraded service for Gemini. You know what I mean? I use it a lot for the show and stuff. Mm-hmm. And so part of it is you can get video generation. So I'm like, I took a picture of our Easter basket setup on Easter the night before. I take a picture and I hit up Gemini. I say, hey, can you get me, an Easter bunny walking through my living room next to the baskets kind of thing. And it churched it up so many times that eventually I ran out of videos that I could have made. And I was like, I didn't want this many, but and I ended up getting frustrated and having to apologize to Gemini to be like, all right, look, I'm sorry I was rude, but and Gemini was like, no, you have every right to be frustrated. Like, you didn't get what you wanted. And I was like, you're nice, Gemini, but I was kind of a jerk. But either way, Schmiggs, I interrupted you. Any dad fails?
Yeah, I'll tell you what the fail is. The weekend's coming to an end. You're getting late into Sunday. After you did all that stuff, after you dealt with Easter and everything, you're getting to the end of Sunday, and you're like, I have PTO. Why the fuck didn't I just take Monday off too?
Buddy.
That's the fail for me. I get there. Everybody in my department's there. Nobody took that Monday. Why the fuck didn't I take it?
Take it. You got
to use it. Yeah.
Dude, I could not agree with you more, and I'm discovering that more and more. Dude, I looked at the number of PTO days I have this year. I don't even want to say it out loud because of how sickening it is. But it's like, because I was able to carry over. Dude, it's so many. And it's like, I was looking at it, and people talk about, like, if you got kids, young kids, you can usually get away with, hey, take the Monday after because you got kid and yada yada. You know what I mean? And I didn't do it, and I'm looking back, and I'm like, I definitely fucking should have. You should do it every major holiday. No.
Can you sell yours? That's usually why I sit on so much of it, is because I like saving it for like
cash them in at the end of the year.
Yeah, well, no, I can cash them in whenever. I just have to fill out a form. So I like to save them, and then right before I'm about to go on vacation, you take like an extra week and fucking cash that in. Yeah. It's pretty nice because that's the extra week I get. Now that I've been there once you get there 5 years, you get an extra week. Like on
is yours accrued, or is it a standard, like this is your allotted amount of PTO?
No, it's accrued, but I have so much anyway that it's cool.
Yeah.
Because now I get, like, instead of 3 hours of sick and 3 hours of vacation, now every period I just get 6 and 6. So it's like every 2 weeks I get pretty much a day.
We get a standard. This is the amount you get per year, and it goes up every 5 years you're with the company. And I'm on like my 9th year, but like I've also like gone up some levels, so you get more. But I mean,
but you can roll over. A lot of places don't let you roll over anymore, so that's cool.
You can roll over.
I had an uncle who worked for the Wilkes-Barre School District, and he never called out, and he literally retired a year before he retired. Like, he stopped going to work and then didn't officially retire for a whole year after that because he just had like 212 days of PTO saved up. And he was able to roll over every year.
That's pretty sweet.
That is a move. I love
it.
That.
Is.
So, all right. Well, I know, Liam, you had a big dad win by going to the Korean candy store. Benditti, you got a big dad win for this Easter? Any other Easter?
Yeah. It went really well. Like, the last couple of Easters, like I said, they always go to their mom's grandparents' house, and it just happened to work out that they had a long weekend. So I got them. So it was nice. I haven't seen them the last 2 years on Easter.
Yeah.
So it was it was awesome, man. And they had, the egg hunt went well. Everything. It couldn't have worked out. It was my son's birthday last Wednesday. I got them on Thursday. So we got to do like a little pizza party on Friday night with all the neighborhood kids. So like, all in all, like, the weekend was awesome. I got no complaints. It went really well.
Man, that's awesome. That, like, dude, you're like, how much do you look forward to getting to have the kids? Like, it's your favorite thing.
I bet.
Right?
Yeah. And it was great. Like, there's a couple nice families in the neighborhood. So like the parents came over.
Yeah.
And all the kids came over. We did pizza. We did cake. They ran around in the back.
Come on. So when your son comes over, he's legit like, I can't wait to go to my dad's house and play with my dad's friends, right? Like, you know what I mean?
Point, like, right?
My dad's neighborhood's friends, like where my dad lives. Yeah,
take your bike, go find the boys.
Yeah, honestly, that's worth like not moving or anything. Like that's the move.
Yeah.
Stay, like, because if he loves it that much, it's worth, like, if you have a long drive to work or something. You know what I mean? Like, it's worth figuring that shit out.
Yeah, no, when other than it raining, and otherwise it was supposed to be like a washout all weekend, it actually was only kind of shitty on Sunday. Like, Saturday ended up being nice. Friday ended up being
nice.
Mm-hmm.
We caught a little Super Mario Galaxy Monday morning before I took him back.
Nice.
So like, we packed it in. We had a nice little long weekend.
Nice. Cool. All right, love it, dude. How was the movie? Good.
I mean, it wasn't. It doesn't really have a story, you know what I mean? It's just like a whole bunch of cool Nintendo Easter eggs. But they loved it.
The first one was good.
Yeah, it was the same as the first one. And I got to see the Masters of the Universe trailer on a big screen. And my son was like, "What is that?" And I was like, "Buddy, that's something that we are going to see, because your dad dressed as He-Man for 3 straight years for Halloween. All right, that is my jam."
Yeah, nice, dude. Yeah. I love that. I'd have to say, I mean, a win for my son. He just, like, he loves anything that's, like, he loves the box all the shit came in. You know what I mean? He could give a damn about what anything was. You know what he did love? So like he had special eggs. They were like bigger, and we put like baby food in them and stuff like that, or like baby snacks. He would pick it up, shake it. He heard that shake. Oh baby, he was all in on shaking up some eggs, making that rat. That was his whole jam. So yeah,
Well,
fun
and plus,
stuff.
like all his cousins were over and stuff too. So all he knows is like something crazy's going on here today. Look at all these kids running around. Look at all this stuff happening. Like
he gets to play. My brother's son. He has a son who's like, that like he has two sons, and they're both his sons are the same exact age difference of both my kids, so they're all like close in age. So he has a little cousin that's like his buddy. You know what I mean? And they're like, yeah, it's awesome. So it's fun to see that. But all right, we're coming towards the top of time. So Easter at end of the day, it's all, it's about the hunt. It's about hanging out with fam, getting some ham, all that good stuff. So Benditi, any advice about the Easter holiday before we get out of here?
I mean, I like Easter so much more now that I don't have to go to church for it.
Liam, you never went, right? You're a godless heathen.
No, what are you talking about? I got confirmation and communion and all that bullshit.
But you didn't go to church. I mean, wait, was Easter and Christmas the 2 times a year you went to church?
No, my mom was a sign language interpreter for St. Stan's. We went to CCD every week.
I did not know that. Wait, your mom speaks sign language?
That's been her occupation for my entire life. She's been a sign language interpreter. Yeah.
Man. I mean, I'll tell you, do you not love I've seen it on I think there's a hilarious clip of it's like Adam Ray as Dr. Phil and Tony Hinchcliffe, right? And they have 2 interpreters, and Tony Hinchcliffe's high. He's like, but why is there 2 interpreters? And then it takes them like 10 minutes to be like, oh, one is speaking for me and one is speaking for Adam. Got it. Yeah, it was, I don't know. And then they tell every time they tell the interpreters to say big black cock. It's just like, Nice. So yeah, I'm sure your mom's heard that, heard it all. But what is she? Yeah. I mean, we'll have to get into that one day. That's an interesting profession. But is anyone in your family deaf?
So like one of her best friends was when she was younger. Well, it still is, but she has like a really close friend that is, so that kind of just translated to her doing that her entire life.
Nice. Cool. So, good for her.
Yep.
All right. Good deal. But all right, Bern. So yeah, no going to church. Love it.
No church. Love it.
Yep. Lishmig Daddy, what do you got? What is your Easter advice for all the single dads out there? Or for dads in general?
Enjoy it while it lasts. You know what I mean? Because there's going to be parts in the day where you're pissed off and you're like, oh my gosh, this shit. You know what I mean? Everything's getting crazy, and you get short tempered and everything. But in another 5-10 years, you'll be wishing you were still doing that.
Yeah, you're coming on the tail end of all that stuff,
Yeah.
Right? Like that. Yeah.
Yeah. I still kind of miss, you know what I mean? Like taking her to the kid ones, like in North Wales and stuff, and having her do all that with little kids. That was cool, but now we don't do it.
Nah, that's a bummer.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll be there soon. So
what about you, Matt? What about you?
Advice, if you're married, listen to your wife. Try to get her to plan most everything, and then just do what she tells you. Yeah. Sorry, guys. When you live in a high-income area, that's just how it goes. Also, don't host every major holiday. That's some good advice. That's some good advice for everybody. Yeah. So, speaking of good advice, this has been another episode of the Working Perspectives Podcast presents For Dads by Dads. I'm Matt Lavelle, he's Bern Podcasy, and that handsome bastard is Liam Reese. In case you're wondering, you can find all our stuff and all our content and all podcast platforms and YouTube at Working Perspectives Podcast. Handle us on Instagram at Working Perspectives Podcast. Join us on Twitter and TikTok at Working P Pod. If you'd like to be a guest on the show, please email us at workingperspectives@gmail.com. And please like and subscribe, and we'll keep bringing you this sweet, sweet content. Thanks for listening. We'll catch you on the flippy. Thanks. See you.